Okay, so I've wanted to make a video about how relationships change as you grow up with your siblings. So definitely when you're younger, there's certain ways of doing things, like you really look out for each other a bit much, and especially the younger siblings will always allow you like to be in their business and stuff. Often they do when you're younger, but then as you grow up, the dynamics change. People want to be more independent and things like that. So one of the things that I found this really interesting, and I decided maybe I could talk about it on my channel. The fact that relationships change as people grow up. So, and if sometimes we kind of have to adjust in order to actually have fully functional relationship with with our family, like especially around siblings. So yeah, this happened to be like, okay, for me it's been a while where I discovered like I could feel it, like, especially when you're like the older sister and you're over caring, you're always in the next person's business. It all because you care. It's mostly because you care, because you love them, you want the best for them. But as you get older, you realize your smothering actually causes conflict, and you kind of have to adapt to the creation of a new relationship, or a new way of relating that actually works, because they're no longer a child. So I don't know if you can relate to what I'm talking about, but I know a few people who can relate to the fact that, you know what, this used to be my girl, she used to be my boy, I did everything for her. And then all of a sudden, this person doesn't want you that close anymore. And that happens. It's kind of like all of us redefining the relationships. Do we still do what we used to do? Do we still care for them as much as we did? Do we show as much affection? Are they appreciating it? Because as people grow up, we kind of have to give them the space to decide how they want to be treated and loved. Because smothering might have worked when we were younger, but as we get older, everybody wants to make decisions. Everybody wants the freedom to fully be themselves. And I know, like, I've had experience where you're kind of like looking and you're thinking, oh no, my my beloved sibling is may put themselves in trouble, but you, when they're an adult, you kind of have to advise, stand back and watch, because there are things that you cannot, um, maybe let me say, save adults from. Um, but the fact that you can always be there when they've made their decisions and things like that. It, as I'm speaking, I actually think it also feels like children um, grow to a place like that too, where you can no longer fully control their behavior or make decisions for them or be involved, actively involved in all the decisions that they make. But you kind of let them go a bit and let them live their life. So for me, like, that's been interesting. I know a few people like who are experiencing this with their siblings, where boundaries have to move, boundaries have to be changed. Some have to be established, some have to be removed, and it's all beautiful. It's all beautiful if done well. Very painful if not dealt with well, because it can be a real source of conflict. But if dealt with understanding that we're no longer kids, it works out for everyone. So that's pretty much my advice. And also knowing that we're all different. Everybody's different. Even though we may be siblings, we're from the same family, same mother, same father, or, we just grew up together. We may not be like biologically related, but somehow we are brother and sister, or we're siblings, or we grew up like siblings. Um, does not mean we're always going to be in each other's lives the same way. So adapting. We kind of have to learn how our siblings want to be treated, and at the same time, we also have to also draw our own lines. Because if you went, because I also noticed, like, if you made the ultimate sacrifices for someone at one point in time and their response was really good and you got along and you felt like you were giving and you were getting back, that works. But when the relationship is changing, you may want to give the ultimate sacrifice, but it's not wanted. It's the person on the other side does not need you sacrificing the way you used to. So those are very interesting things. Like, I wish I actually had a panel or a few people to talk to about on this topic, because it's really interesting how relationships change amongst siblings as they grow. But if handled carefully, it's a really beautiful thing. Everybody gets to live their life. Everybody gets to be happy. We know we've got people to go back to if we ever need to talk to someone. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for now. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.